Good morning to you. Just kind of wanted to go through and do my playoff picks for this weekend, excluding the Monday night game with the Vikings and the Rams, for two reasons. One, just want to do that one singularly, and two, according to the NFL, the venue may change because of the fires in Los Angeles. They may move that to Arizona. So that would have a bearing on the game as well and the players. So that one is, we'll do a video about that at a later date. But for right now, be sure to like and subscribe. And before I fly out tomorrow morning to Florida, let's do some picks. Rams, the Chargers at the Texans. This should be a pretty interesting game. If C.J. Stroud comes around, then the line right now is the Chargers by 3 over under at 42.5. If Stroud continues to struggle, then the Chargers will definitely win this game. Herbert will come in and they'll just grind him down. I like the Chargers in this one. I actually like the Chargers in this one. I could see them winning something like 27-21, something like that. But if C.J. Stroud is playing, and he's playing up to his potential, this is going to be different. We'll see. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. This is going to be a hard-hitting affair. I love Baltimore in this spot. I think they're just going to destroy Pittsburgh. It's going to be a hard-fought game. It's going to probably get real chippy, too. I'd look for some chippiness on the field. Just because, Pittsburgh's a representation of their coach, and Tomlin is an all-time. He's an all-time. But I think Lamar Jackson, he's on a mission. I think he's on a mission. I think he knows that Josh Allen is going to be the MVP, and he's pissed. Because he is perhaps the best player in football. I obviously like Baltimore in this. I think they're going to win. The line is Baltimore by 9.5, over under at 43. I think Baltimore will win by more than 10. I think they're going to come in and Lamar is going to absolutely go crazy. I think he's going to go crazy. This is going to be a hell of a game. Just because it's going to be chippy. It's going to be hard fought. In the trenches, it's going to be something else. It's going to be a fun game to watch. On to the Sunday tilts. Denver at Buffalo. Bo Nix versus Josh Allen. Well, Denver's going to come in chippy. You know that. Their coach, he's obviously going to have them up and prepared for the game. Josh Allen is having one of the best seasons I can remember in years of any player. He is absolutely dominating his position. He's dominating games. Denver will be chippy, but I don't know what they're going to have for Buffalo in the end. The line is Buffalo by 8.5, 46.5 over under. I think Buffalo themselves may go over on that. Denver's a good team. This isn't any shot against Denver. This is just because I think Josh Allen is he's on another level right now. He's literally on another level. So I think you're going to go over on that, and Buffalo will cover that game, in my opinion. They'll win that one. Next one is Green Bay at Philadelphia. This one is going to be a lot closer than people think. This is like the battle of running games. This is the battle of offensive lines. Philadelphia's offensive line is perhaps the best in football. Saquon Barkley, need I say more? But the Packers are a running team, and Matt LaFleur is one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's going to be able to scheme up something. What's the cover on that? This is Philly by 4, and I'm going to take the under on that. I think this is going to be a lot closer than that. The over-under 44 and a half. Boy, I almost want to call it on the line. I would take the over, but just barely on that. I almost call this a pick'em game. I'm going to say Philadelphia by a field goal or less. This is going to be a tight one. This is going to be a lot closer than people think. If this was in Green Bay, I'd pick the Packers. Absolutely. I think the home field advantage is what's going to pull Philly over. But this is going to be Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love, they're both going to be like the X factors here, because this is going to be a ground pound game. Get ready for some old school football in Philly this weekend. Washington at Tampa. This is kind of the outlier in that don't really know what to expect. Baker Mayfield he's proving to be the valued first round pick that he was when he came out. He's definitely proven it. And Jaden Daniels, God. There's only one other player I would have probably taken over J.J. McCarthy. That's him. Jaden Daniels is a stud. He is a stud. Our line is Tampa by 3, over under 50.5. I'm going to go the under on that. I would. And I think this might be your road upset of the week. Not because Tampa isn't really, really good, but because Jaden Daniels offers an X factor that is going to be tough to account for. Washington is going to be tough to account for in the playoffs simply because of Jaden Daniels, because of that X factor. What he brings to the table is unique. It's something that it's something that you haven't seen in quite a while. Lamar has transformed himself into one hell of a passing quarterback. He's looking downfield. So yeah, he's the greatest running threat quarterback in the NFL, but his eyes are also downfield all the time too. But he's been hit one or two more times than Jaden has. I think there's an X factor here. I'm going to pick Washington to beat the Tampas. This is a tough one because I do in my heart have a soft spot for Tampa. My grandparents owned land down there, and I would go down there when I was a youngin'. And I was a Tampa Bay fan. Still am. But I think Washington has an X factor here. So I have the Chargers beating the Houstons. I have the Baltimores beating the Pittsburghs. I've got the Buffaloes beating the Denvers. I've got the Phillies squeaking out a squeaker. I really think this is going to be a field goal or less. This is going to be your tight game of the week. And I've got the Washingtons coming into the Tampas and upsetting them on the road. And then, of course, we'll have the Monday night game, and I'll get into that when I'm down in Florida. But again, I think venue change is going to read a lot into this. Because if those players for the Rams have to up and move, this could be very disruptive for the Rams' routine, and could really throw it off. Could really throw a monkey in the wrench. It really could. Because players are creatures of habit, and they love their routine. And this would be a major disruption if you had to do something immediately. Wishing everyone out in California the best. The videos that are coming out of there are just horrific. So we're wishing you the best. You have my prayers for whatever it's worth. This is going to be a fun weekend of playoff football. I'll actually be watching quite a bit of it from hotel rooms in Florida, because that's what that trip is going to be about, is relaxation. And what better way to relax than watching some good quality slobber knocker football? And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. That Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. Telling you guys, I'm telling you, if there's going to be one, it's going to be the chippiest game of the weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. That one's on Prime. So if you've got Amazon Prime, you be sure to watch that. Just looking over the availabilities of these. CBS for the Chargers Houston is on CBS. Pittsburgh Baltimore is on Prime. Denver Buffalo's on CBS. Green Bay Phillies on Fox. Washington Tampa's on NBC. Minnesota Los Angeles is on ABC. So those are your networks. Those are your picks. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And I do appreciate you listening to me talk about it. We'll see you next time.